Hey, Laura.
Hi, Lise.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. But it's so I see your whole face.
Do you know? Oh, where should I put it?
What? That's better.
Is that better? I had it too close because I was like, I want to make sure I'm on this.
All I could see was that.
I'm like this. Look at it. This thing. Hi, Ellen.
Okay, let me see.
I know. I could see myself.
Do we look good?
How are you?
Okay, how are you, Lori?
Good, thanks.
Hi, ladies.
Hi, Suze. How are you?
Hey, birthday girl.
I'm well.
Birthday.
Look, I'm glad to see everybody's in,
Is
not
it
in
your
there
birthday?
like me.
What's
No,
that?
I just say because we have the same birthday.
That's right.
When is your birthday?
We both have December 29th as our birthday.
Oh.
Remember we celebrated together?
Yes,
Way
I
back?
thought you meant it was today suddenly, Susan's. I was like, no, it can't be.
I know. I'm like, oh no, is it today?
We can celebrate today.
I think so.
Yeah, you can celebrate all year, right?
That's correct.
Every day is a
Okay,
good
guys,
day.
it's 9:16. We're going to get going. How does that sound?
Perfect.
Great.
Okay, so how is everybody tonight?
Tired.
Everybody, tired? Oh, okay. You got to start all over again then, Lori. Take
That's
a breath.
because, Lisa,
Call.
that's because they didn't exercise today.
But this is a pace setter call. We can't answer tired on this call. Leave out at the doorway.
I'm great. I'm not tired. I'm only kidding. That was just a joke.
On fire.
I feel great and ready to go.
Must have meant fired up. All right. I feel like there's somebody else on here. I just want to see.
Tom.
Yeah, Tom and Beth
Hi.
just joined.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lori.
I don't see Beth. So is Beth on?
Her name popped up that she joined.
And Susan. My Susan Collins. Sue Taylor. Yeah, I'm done.
Hey, Tom. Where are you going on that map?
What?
Where are you going on that map?
I know. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a very nice map.
Yeah, I kind of
Okay, everybody. We're gonna talk turkey.
Okay.
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 I actually hate turkey. No. Alrighty. So I want to start out by saying, like, you guys are really making it happen. Honestly, like, so much new is going on in our unit. It's so exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know that last month we had a lot of activity, and I had asked you all to look over the chapter 17 and come out with some takeaways from it, like what you guys learned from it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if you're like still going or if you wanted me to like put out my 2 cents.
No, I want
Okay.
everybody's 2 cents.
All right.
I did with my thing that I can't see the book on here. Hold on. Okay. Alrighty. So go ahead, Tom.
I mean, it probably didn't 100% come from like the chapter, but it influenced me. And that was more of just like to come up with new ideas and just do them. Stop thinking about the ideas. Because it's like, that's what I took away is that you come up with a lot of ideas and they're great, but what do you actually do with them? Do they just sit in a notebook of, well, this is really going to work when I do it? And it's just like, so I started something today actually. I printed out like my little like invitation, and it's like, I went to a couple of the local elementary schools in my area, and I talked to the principals about putting like little invitations to Mary Kay pampering session and to RSVP, and I put my phone number.
Okay.
So I'm seeing where hopefully I get some connections from that.
Okay, good. So in reading the chapter, so the one thing that you took away is to do different things?
Well, I think it's more of like, not just having ideas, but actually doing the ideas.
Executing them.
Yeah, like it's great to have a million great ideas, but what are you doing with them?
Okay. All right. How about you, Ellen?
Well, I thought about every time as I was reading, I said, okay, that looks like a weekly plan sheet. That looks like a eat that frog. Everything was coming together. So you set a block of time, you eat the icky frog or your one thing, and you get to it and you don't let any distractions deter you. And you have to accept that other things are not going to get done, and that's okay while you're pursuing that. And they'll eventually get done. So it's not important at the time. So you got to let some things go. So the dust bunnies will be there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And not to get distracted by the little things. And I also thought he talks about really a balance in your life. You have to exercise. You have to eat right, or you're going to burn out. You even alluded to that this morning on your Voxer, that you can only go a couple days with no sleep, and then you got to give in.
Yep.
So you have to recognize that in yourself, because then we're not going to make it to the end of the month to bring it together.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Yeah. How you can't.
So I think it's very important to recognize all the aspects it takes to pursue your one thing. It's not just pursuing the one thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All the things together.
What about you, Susan?
Good job, Ellen. Right. It's a combination, and you just have to balance it. And it's funny because today was the first day that I came home in a while and I exercised.
Mm-hmm. Good for
That's
you.
why I'm still awake now. No. But it's learning how to say no and not feel guilty about it, because you still have to, you can say no in a nice way, and like he said, where you're not hurting anyone's feeling, you're not feeling guilty about it. Because you need to have the time to do what you have set your mind to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, and to that, just to add on, Susan, it brought to mind that as we build a team, that we're not there to lead them by the hand and do everything for them. We can say no nicely by showing them that there's Mary Kay in Touch and there's Lisa's website. There are tools for them other than me personally to show them how to do it.
Right.
And so it's not saying no, it's just directing them to resources that they can do on their own.
You know, I've actually had quite a bit this week, because I think the more our unit does, you know, it's really easy when nobody's calling you. But that's not really what we want in our business.
Right.
My phones are not ringing and my text is not beeping and my, Voxer is not going through. That's not a good thing. But I did see that this week, especially like this past 7 to 10 days, I'm getting a lot of calls and messages of things that people could find for themselves. But then again, sometimes maybe they just need my help getting direction to how to find it. Like even Lori and I the other night with the meeting, she had a couple of questions and I was in the car and I just boxed back, hey, it's on the Sign Up Genius, just check it out. And, we have to be okay doing that. We can't answer every question in full when we have the info out there. So we do have to assist people. And that thing just popped into my head. But there's been I feel like every day it's 2, 3, 4 people asking me things about things we're doing. And it's okay, but I have to realize that I can't spend all day just directing people. It is okay to say to people, this is where you find it. Please just go look for the info. And that's a good lesson. Hey,
I'm sorry.
Hi,
Hi,
guys.
Nan.
Hi, guys.
that really is a good lesson for all
Hi.
of you, because you
But-
could spend all day working, but you're doing things that are not actually any benefit to your business or somebody else's, and then your work hours will get sucked up.
Mhm.
A good lesson for everybody. Lori, what about you from chapter 17? What was your biggest takeaway?
Basically, how you need to say no to say yes to success.
Very well put, Lori.
Right, you do have to say no sometimes.
Mhm.
It's hard because a lot of distractions. But I don't consider them distractions. I mean, I do have a family that I need to take care of, and I'm balancing out. And right now, I'm balancing out the best that I can.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do better? Absolutely. I think everyone in life can do better.
Yes.
But when I'm ready to do it, I absolutely will. But I do have, I have other things going on. I have.
Yeah. And when
When I'm ready to be the best I can be without distractions, absolutely. But distractions are going to happen. Inevitably.
We have Beth on through chat, and I know she said that she can see and hear us, but she doesn't have a microphone. Beth, what about you? Your takeaway from chapter 17. I'm sending her can everybody see her chat at the bottom?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if she's ready. We'll wait for her to answer. In the meantime, Nancy, what about you?
Actually, what Lori had just said, because I think you say yes to too many people sometimes, and it really distracts your whole schedule around. If you know that you have something set for that day, and say somebody calls and already see you're like distracted, go do that instead of saying, first of all, I'll put this into perspective. If I was at a job and somebody called me and said, Nancy, can you come now? No, I'm working. I can't. I'm at work and I can't leave work. So that's how we have to look at this when we're doing our business. You just can't. No. I have to remember saying yes to your one thing is your top priority. As you keep this as a perspective, say no to anything that keeps you from keeping your time block should become something you can accept. So it's just by saying no to somebody. If I have something blocked out now, I'm done. I can't tell you yes. I don't care if you're going to lunch, and I don't care where you're going. I can't go. I have this to do. So that's
Beth just wrote back that the key to her is the more things you do, the less successful you are at any one of them. That is so true, Beth. That is so true.
Yeah.
And, I really loved in the book, I was trying to go back over it. And this conversation is actually pretty funny. If anybody had been like on my shoulder all day, you could truly appreciate time management today, because I really worked all morning. I actually was not scheduled to run this morning, but I might have. So it was like an iffy thing. But I didn't get up as early as I wanted, and I thought about it. And I said, I'm not doing it. I have a lot of work to do. And Ray came to work here today. I was in my dress, hair done, makeup on, because it was a day of work. Worked all day until 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then we did meet Carmen for lunch. I ended up picking her up since she is going to surgery next week, and I knew my days are so busy. But after that, I came back and my daughter came. I did some deliveries. I did some personal business. And then I had asked my daughter to come down with the kids. And I had them here until 8:30. But at 7:30, I knew I had an interview. I said to her, I have to go do an interview. Somebody's going to be calling. And it was very cute when I say to the girl on the phone, so do you know much about Mary Kay? And Dominic walks in the room and goes, yeah, I do. So he actually did the interview with me. But I know that in past times, if I weren't this focused on what it is I'm doing and my mission, I probably would not have held an interview, and I may have even postponed this. Do you know what I mean? Because then my sister came down but I can work it all around it, but I have to learn, I said to my daughter, if you can come down right after school, I would love to see you and the kids, because I had that block of time. And it's learning to work with those blocks of time. Okay, my daughter made it home safe. That really do make a big difference. And I liked the part in the book where they talked about what your real focus is. And, I know I mentioned to you all on the phone on the daily hotline that as February was ending, I was so happy and so excited for everything. But there's a part of me that's I really wanted us to have DIQs. I know there's DIQs in our midst that just have to step up, and you start beating yourself up. You start should I have worked differently? Should I have done this? Should I have done that? And I was no, don't think about that. But I think that really the focus, and then listening to this chapter and reading over this chapter, I think it was in the beginning of the chapter. Mine is on my Kindle, so I can't really tell. But he talks about how they did an experiment with, I think it was seminary students, and how they were actually, I thought this was hysterical. about the parable of the Good Samaritan.
Mhm.
They were so busy. They were so busy doing what they thought was their test or whatever that they stepped over somebody that they could have helped. I was like,
Oh, yes, yes.
wasn't that just like, so when I think about that in regard to our business, Beth says it goes from being,
It goes to be.
goes to
Yes.
be present in the moment. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. Because when I think of like everything we're doing, and sometimes somebody will be so busy, we often use that story that, you know, especially people of faith as we are, you know, you pray and pray about your business and, you know, Lord, bring these people to me, bring these people to me. And he's saying like, what was wrong with her? What was wrong with him? Why didn't you ask that one? What do you mean you didn't open up your mouth? You're so busy either perfecting things or worrying about the test or the task at hand that you're not paying attention to the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is what is it that you are focusing on? You know, where is that focus going? And, you know, being in such a hurry, worrying about where you're going that you're not even seeing what's around you. You know, and Mary Kay's mission of enriching, you know, women's lives, of people's lives, of everybody's life, like you're not enriching it when you're so worried about yourself that you're not asking somebody if they would like to have the appointment with you. So how our best intentions can easily be undone. And, you know, I just thought that the four thieves that could rob you. So the four thieves were the inability to say no, and most of you mentioned that. And Nancy, that always made me think of you years back. You're such a changed person now, though. But when I first knew Nancy, boundaries, you would let whatever anybody wanted from you, you would do, because that's the kind of person you are.
Right.
I think sometimes aren't we raised almost to think that that's the right way to be?
Right.
Like,
right.
oh, she'll do anything for everybody. But they were boundaries that people wouldn't have then because you would just do and do and do. Right? Wasn't that?
Yeah. Sure.
At your own expense.
Well, people pleasing. I think
People
that's
pleasing,
it
yeah.
too. You just want to make everybody happy. You know?
Yeah, and,
Well,
you know,
Everybody besides yourself.
yeah,
And you
that's
burn
it.
yourself out.
exactly. And then, you know, the fear of chaos, I think that's, you know, people are fearful of that. When we did the phone call with the author, the Google Hangout with Leah Loughlin and the author, she asked him personally, a question from her was, you know, she's working with the one thing and keeping her focus. She said that she felt things piling up. Like, what do you do? And I mean, you know, Ray's working here. I don't know where Ray is tonight. Why isn't she on this call?
I don't know if she had trouble down. I'll text her. I wonder if she's having time.
She's on. It said Ray joined.
Ray's here?
It said her, yes, it said Ray joined.
Oh,
Ray,
she has no video or microphone on, though. Ray, you need a video and a microphone, honey.
Okay.
Oh, she didn't really join.
She joined, but she's mute. Okay.
And invisible.
She's like me, Beth says. But, you know, Ray will tell you, like, I like a clean house and I like a clean kitchen. If she comes here to work, whatever dishes go on in my morning are in that sink because I'm not here to clean dishes. If I was out at a job being an executive, I would leave in the morning. I would do my own coffee cup or whatever and leave. So whatever goes on here stays here until I'm not working or somebody comes home and does it. And it's that fear of chaos that I think sometimes, you know, people are so, you know, wrapped up in this perfection thing. I can't possibly get to work if I'm worried about that during the day. You know, I just can't.
Right. That's
I
it.
have to learn how to let that go too.
That's a
There's only so
that's a
many
big
hours.
I
factor.
get overwhelmed.
Hours.
Oh.
I'm not out for a prize. I'm not here to be judged on being the perfect housekeeper. Like, honestly, if I were a top executive, it's that they do and have. I am a top executive in my mind. I am a national sales director in my mind, an executive national sales director. What would I be doing? I would be getting to my work. And what things are the most important? The most important things are leading people and meeting new people to lead and holding my own appointments. Honestly, I don't know where doing the dishes fits into that. So, like, I
No,
really...
it's true. It's true.
But then, and you know what? Even if, like, the boys do it and I have the cleaning person come and, you know, every now and then, and this is what the author said, like, he'll take one day every 10th day or one day a week or one day every other week or whatever to fix the clutter. Like right now, my desk has like clutter, like it just has clutter. Like, but I put it into drawers so I don't have to look at it. So I have a good workspace because I do need clear. I need organized. Like my Mary Kay stuff is pretty organized. My work stuff is pretty organized. I can't look at it cluttered.
Mhm.
I spend so much time organizing just so that I don't have chaos. I don't know when I would be getting to work.
Right,
Really
right.
don't. The poor health habits, really and truly, you've got to take care of yourselves. And I thought his chapter on that was excellent. And then the fourth thief, the environment that doesn't support your goals. That was pretty,
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
that I thought that was really, really an important point. Let me just go to it hold on one second, guys. Oh, I liked the saying, when you strive for greatness, chaos is guaranteed to show up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That was a good, let me see, where was I liked that I was hearing the poor health habits while I was running. I was like, all right, I got this one down pat.
I thought about you, Lisa, when I was reading that section.
What?
Mhm. I said, Lisa gets up in the morning and she runs. That's how she gets motivated. That's her energy.
I also have to run before my body knows what it's doing, and then,
Oh, she go off.
Before you talk yourself out of it.
before my body knows what's happening. Otherwise, it's like, oh, I don't want to do that. And he says, when you spend the early hours energizing yourself, you get pulled through the rest of the day with little additional effort. That is so true. I love this saying, like, if you don't fill yourself, how are you going to fill others also? You have to have something that fills you. The environment about it, supporting your goals, who you see, what you experience every day, who you see and what you experience every day. Wow. And throughout your day, keeping in mind your environment is even the people. Now, I know some of you work other jobs and sometimes that's out of your control, but people do impact your attitude, your health, your performance, everything. That's huge, isn't that? And, as I was listening to that, I was thinking about how, like, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be at Tammy Romage's house. Like, it's all positive. It's all uplifting. It's all energizing. It's all ideas. It's
Right.
not about like negativity. Why isn't this working? It's always figuring things out. And that's why it's so important to put yourself, in the company of other people who want to be thinking bigger, who are looking for bigger ideas.
It's also like that saying, that poem, where the end is that you give people permission to shine because your light's so bright, or something like that. And if you're around those people, it will rub off on you.
Mhm.
So if you're around people who are not healthy, it's kind of like, okay, they're doing it, I can do it. So it's both ways.
What he said in the book about people their friends, how in that study they did, obesity, if one of your close friends becomes obese, you're 57% more likely to. That's like, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because they're eating and you're around them. So you say, okay, well, they're eating. They can have an ice cream sundae, so can I.
Anytime you look like those you hang around with, not only their attitudes, but their health habits. Oh my gosh. That is really scary. That is really scary. So paying attention to the people around you. And I think that's so important. It's huge who you're around, because it's going to make you or break you in so many cases. So the big ideas were to start saying no. Remember, you say yes to something, you're saying no to everything else. Accept your chaos. I kind of like the accept your chaos part. It gives us like a ticket to it, doesn't it? Like, oh, wait a minute, I'm just busy being successful. Now, don't accept chaos and sit around. Beth is going to get a pedometer. What is she? She's cracking me up. Wait, I got to read her.
I'm going to get a pedometer. Do 10,000 steps a day.
day.
Good for you, Beth.
Wait,
I have to tell you, there's an app on the phone that I've been using for walking, and it's the same thing. You does it through the phone. I walk with the phone. It tells me how many steps I've done,
you
and
know,
I do that every morning.
there's
That's
another app that does it all day with you. It's
Yeah, all day. I have that one. That's the one.
Fitness Pal, my Fitness Pal.
Yeah, it's called S Health on mine because I have the
Okay.
Samsung phone, so I think it's just
The My Fitness Pal
Mhm.
actually is a way.
Mhm.
I first used this when I wanted to start eating clean and healthy a couple of years
Yeah,
ago.
this whole thing does that too.
You can scan what you eat, like the barcode,
Oh, neat.
and
Very
it
nice.
keeps track of everything. And it also has where it'll help calculate your steps. The only problem is if you're like running or walking, you don't want to enter your exercise plus it's calculating it. So one or the other, because otherwise you'll really think you're doing some mileage. But it is good to have an idea of, what are you doing? And then managing your energy, realizing that your body is a machine, but, you have to manage it so that it's always getting fueled, and taking ownership. Take ownership. I just thought I thought the whole thing was just so
fitting. Yeah.
it really was.
Yeah.
It really was. And I know for some of you, you kind of just read chapter 17 because I asked you to and maybe didn't get to it yet. So really go back. I'm finding this book to be a book that I like going back. And
Yeah, I do that.
Right.
I loved even the chapter before that started with nobody who ever gave his best regretted it.
Mm.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody ever did. You'll never say that you regretted giving your best. So what I want you to look at now is I want you to really think to yourselves, after reading the thieves, what the thieves might have been, and applying them to kind of like what went on in your month last month, and just any other information that came into your mind. Does anybody have anything concrete that if they think about it, had I done X, Y, Z, or had I worked in this way differently, you would have been further ahead? And I'm not saying it from a point of view of me being disappointed in any of you, nor do I want you to be, but we always want to get better.
Right.
So
That's what I just said before. Everyone could there's always.
Yeah, I mean,
always.
unless anybody on this phone is saying, I was good, I ended the month, that's all I wanted, but I don't think any of you did.
No, not at all. No.
So Lori, we'll start with you. When you like look back and then look forward, okay, we have a whole month ahead of us now. What do you believe? A subtle change, a big change, anything that could make all the difference going forward for you? This month ahead.
Definitely like just to maybe get some days I get home at 1, some days I get just to try to take that first 2 hours before my daughter gets home, and she's older, so it's not like she needs my undevoted attention, but I do have my 13-year-old daughter that, I'm home with her, and that's how I chose my life. My husband and I raised our children, nobody else. And, maybe to try to do more when she's not around,
So to use an hour or two.
Definitely time. I need more time management.
Okay, time management. Okay, that kind of
Definitely,
sums
yes.
it up then. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or your time management. Okay. Ellen?
Block that time and use it. Use it as that one thing time.
If you
Really
look
concentrate.
back, if you
Excuse
look
me?
back over last month,
Yeah, I said that to do a better job of planning my week and my time, my day.
mhm,
Plan my week, but then fine tune my day the night before and say I'm going to work, 10 to 12, and I'm just going to do this.
Right.
And I'm going to concentrate on outgoing calls, and I'm going to concentrate, 12 to 1. I'm going to go out and get 5 leads. I'm going to focus on what I should be focusing on
during the time blocks.
during the time that I schedule myself for.
Okay.
So
Right.
schedule the time and actually do it.
And then actually what you're doing within the time block.
Right.
Okay.
That's what I meant.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Susan.
Yes. The one thing that I did do, I felt really good when that Saturday morning I got up and I got out instead of lack of a better word, procrastinating and saying, okay, instead of getting up and getting out I'll be out by 8:30. No, just I'll do it in another hour. No, I'll be out by noon. Just getting out there, and because I know I don't have that much time during the week to call people, text people, because I was just finding myself calling and texting the same people.
So you weren't
What I
Oh, right.
what I started doing now, I jotted down some names of places where I'm going to their businesses to see if I can either put out lead boxes, if I can.
Okay, wait. Well, I'm so sorry. You know what? I'm only cutting you off because this has a limited amount of time, and I don't want it to cut everybody off. So is what you're saying then that you're basically what they said, you're going to plan your time better and get out during that time?
Yeah.
That's some
Right.
Okay.
Right. I'm more productive outside of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nancy, what about you?
Who'd you ask?
What?
Who were you asking? Me?
Nancy, you.
Oh, me. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say whose name you said. I think it's the same with everybody. It's a time management thing. And I think if you work earlier in the month, by the time the end of the month comes, you've done everything or you've accomplished. It's almost like before you know it, it's the middle of the month and I didn't do anything from the 1st to the 15th. You know what I mean? Like that's how I felt like February was. And then it was like crunch time towards the end. So right, it's time management. And I have been working with my Google Calendar a lot more than I've ever done. And it goes right through my phone and it reminds me, get out and do those facial bags today because that's on my Google Calendar to do facial bags. So it'll remind me. And then I have to set that up on Sundays. I go in there and I plan my week. And Mary Kay always said that you have to do a weekly plan sheet and stick to it. You really around your whole life. You're not only Mary Kay, but your life. So that's what I've been doing, just to stick to the days that I'm gonna and get it done.
Get it done
quickly. And, not wait till the last minute of the month and you're making yourself crazy because you want it. Yeah, and you kind of know that you had more time, but time, like I tell you, time flies. I mean, before you know it, like look what time it is now. I feel like I just woke up. It's 9:45 at night.
What about you,
Right,
Tom?
it's true.
I mean,
Where's Tom? Tom.
I know. Where did Tom go?
I'm listening to all these great ideas.
Where are you?
Hi, Tom.
Okay, Tom, what do you think that you would like to do this month that you maybe didn't do as much of last month that you would
Work
like?
more consistently.
What's that?
Work more consistently. Not just say like, okay, I'm gonna have one Saturday a month where it's like I'm gonna give it my all. Where it's say I'm gonna do something and do it and not stop until I get the results. Not just say like, okay, I'm gonna work Saturday. Well, I didn't get the results, so I guess that's it. I said I was gonna do Saturday, so Saturday's up. Now I'm saying, okay, well, I didn't get my results Saturday. What am I doing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to make up for those results I didn't get?
Right.
The basic same thing also. Okay, Ray Pagano raised her hand. I don't know what that means though.
Ray's listening. She doesn't have video though.
Said she raised her hand. I don't know what that means.
I don't know if she's got video.
Okay, Beth said,
Audio.
I'll say little no's a lot more and enable myself to focus on my time block for my phone calls and follow-up calls. Yes, Ellen, doing the 6 most important things. Ray said something. I don't know what Ray. It says Ray raised her hand. I don't know what that means, Ray. I'm so sorry.
I don't even see that.
Yeah, I don't see that.
Maybe that's just on mine because I'm running it.
Maybe. I don't see right. I see the chat where it says 12. Do we press on that?
Yeah.
Let me see.
If you click on it, you see the text.
I can't click on. I'm like afraid.
No, nothing will happen.
I only.
No, you can click on it.
Ellen, do you see a text from Ray?
No, I saw a text from Beth.
It said Ray raised her hand.
I
I don't know what that means.
She has a question.
She has a question.
Ray, we love you,
Has
but
a
we have no
question?
idea what your hand meant. Chat with Ray? I don't know. I'm sorry, Ray.
We got a remaining time, 5 minutes, 45 seconds.
So everybody, this next month ahead, I know we can have DIQs at the end of this month. I know it, right? Honestly, everybody raise your hands to that.
Yes, we can have 10.
10 active people on your team, 10 active.
Yeah.
10 bodies, 10 people, 10 something. Beth is raising her hand. I think she's raising her hand for being a DIQ. But we've got to really get going because it's like TikTok.
Yes, it is.
Turn around. It's Easter this month also, by the way, because it's early. At like every day, that focus, what's the focus? WTF? What am I looking at? What is that one thing? Has got to be Mother's Day is coming too. Yes.
Yes.
People are going to think they can't do anything. We need reasons why we can do things. We need reasons why we can do things. And if you want to be in DIQ by the end of this month, you have to be saying to yourself, how am I going to get people today? How am I going to get people today? And then just get them to me for follow-up, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I actually, Lori, I didn't hear back from Kathy. She was going to message me. She was going to be with her parents today or her mom or somebody.
I reached out to
But the key is when somebody signs up, I need to be able to chat with them, whether it be in person or over the phone or some way to do orientation so I can start to get to know these people, okay? So everybody keep that in mind. Make sure they know, oh my gosh, I can't wait for Lisa to go over everything with you. Don't let them think you guys can go over anything with them because you need to be out in the field, getting more people, getting them back on board, having 3-way interviews with me. Let's get like some real action going. I am so sorry, but I have not even come up with the way somebody's going to qualify to come to Cindy Leon's meeting because I have to tell you the truth. My brain has been so maxed out and I don't want to just throw anything out. But the fact of the matter is it's definitely going to be based on activity. So you all should be active anyway. So you know what I mean? Like it'll all, but that is on the 17th of this month. And one person is going to earn an invitation to join me. I don't think it's, I don't know.
You said the 17th?
Yeah, it's
Are we going to AC on the 18th and the 19th?
Yes, we do. It's the day before because Sue Wallace is coming in for that.
Okay.
So,
I know that. She's Heather's
yes.
NSC.
So, but guys, the point is you might not even be able to take off on the 17th to come, especially with the 18th, but I would still want to win even if I were you. Do you know what I mean? You may not be able to make it because of the next day being career conference, you know, but I would still, you want to do a lot right now. You want to get into extreme action. So I want you to have a plan at night before you go to bed. I want you to decide what is it I can do tomorrow that, like, if you didn't get the results at the end of today that you wanted, you got to change something. You can't keep going to bed and waking up and still not having the same results. And you know what? There's only so many things that you can control. You can control how many phone calls you make, how many people you ask. You can control your activity. What did that person say years ago? Get up, get cute, and get out. You know what? There's nobody sitting at your desks. I have a very large unit to speak to. I have a lot of people I could talk to all day long, but I still got to get out and meet people. You certainly will have to, okay? So get up, get cute, and get out. This coming week, this photo shoot, I'm telling you right now, I don't really care about the photo shoot. I want him to be booked, but you all can get yourselves there early. Ray's been, I know, getting in touch with people about what we're going to do to set it up. We literally have the room from like 4:30 or 4 o'clock until 9 o'clock at night. You could just keep inviting people to come, even if they're just coming for a makeover. Okay, it doesn't matter if they get their picture taken. We'll get enough people to fill the spots, but it's taking advantage of things like that and using it to your best ability. So on that note, we have less than a minute. I'm going to tell you guys, I love you. I can't wait to see who my first DIQ is, but I'll send out the promotion by tomorrow. I really wanted to talk to Tammy and see what they have going on first, and I'll get it all out to you guys, okay?
All right, great.
Good night, I love you.
Love you all too. Well, thank you.
Bye,
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night,
Bye.
everybody.